I did not get the opportunity to. Not to say that I wouldn't, but I'd still have to get through The Walking Dead probably first, and, it just I don't know that Imma finish it, to be honest. You know, I just didn't. No, it kinda went off the beaten path. Got a little squirrely, so I wasn't a big. Oh, I stopped way early on. I stopped before it got ridiculous. Well, to give you an idea, I watched the first episode and I quit midway on the first episode. And I said, "No, I gotta give it a chance. I gotta give it because the first one didn't even follow the comic. Like it went off the rails very early." But I said, "No." I said, "Let me give it a chance." So I watched, I mean, a little bit. I watched like a bit of the first season, a little bit of the second season, but it never did grab me the way it grabbed a lot of people. Like it just didn't grab me that way. So I just never really went back and followed up on it. I put it in my queue on stuff, and I have it on my like I have it on my lists of things to watch, but I don't know that I'm gonna do it. I have Lost on my stuff to watch too, but I don't think I'm gonna watch it either. And I do want to watch Lost, but I kind of don't want to watch Lost. You know, but from a pop culture perspective, I kind of followed it through. You know, like when, yeah, matter of fact, right before the pandemic at Walker Stalker Con, Negan was there, and that was before he popped the eyeball on dude and all those other good things. So I mean, I'm up with it. You know, don't expect it to follow the comic. I watched the show before reading the comic. Well, I was a fan of the comic before they came out with the show. Like I was already reading the comic prior to the show coming out, so I was excited when they said they had a show coming. They took a lot of liberties, and that happens. It absolutely happens. There's no comics that follow for the movie or vice versa. I get that 100%. But to go off of the beaten path on the first one, the first one, which is like the first one was the epicenter of this is how it happened. You know, you wake up and you're here, like like so. And I'm very active in like I'm a big comic guy. I have a friend that draws comics actually, and like he does the Ninja Turtles for IDW. He's actually the artist for the Ninja Turtles for IDW, as well as the artist for the new re-release of the He-Man and the Masters of the Universe Castle. Uh, Masters of Grayskull Castle thing. So he's doing the comics for that. I've known him for a long time, and I've been into comics pretty much when the kids were little. We didn't have a lot of money, we didn't have a lot to do, but we could always go to the comic book store, and I would let them just run wild, get like, hey, pick a couple of your favorites, and if you think about it, you pick a couple, let your sister pick a couple, let your other sister pick a couple, and then y'all could all trade comics, and then everybody you could all be reading something different, and kind of got him into comics from that perspective, into reading, reading serials that keep going. So much so that we followed one cat, Chew. It's the name of the comic. Is a fantastic story. So a detective with an ability to see the past of anything he takes in as he eats it. Like when he eats an apple, he sees the history of the apple tree. Like he sees the history of what the tree went through to get to him. Ads incoming. Okay. Do you have ads, Sparty? Maybe you have turbo. Maybe you are a turbo user. Ads? No ads. Ads? You may have an ad this time. Ooh, filament holder. Pegboard. And you should be back. Did you have a Did you have a ad that time? If you did, you should be back now. But this detective in Chew, hence the name of the comic is called Chew. When he eats something, takes a bite of something, he gets this visual. He gets this like he'll bite something, he gets a visual on it. He found it out early on from having fruit and seeing the tree and where it grew and all this stuff. And then he became a detective. And then oddly, one day he kind of just tried to see what would happen if he bit the victim. So if he could see what happened to the victim, and he did. And this thing went on for a couple of years. And we used to go see the guy that did the comic at the Comic Con and have him, sign the books and stuff. And I have prints. I have Chew prints and all these different things because it's a crazy kind of world that they live in with this detective doing these crazy things and how he sees from the victims. He'll take a bite of the victim and he sees what happens and then he uses that to solve the murder, or to solve the case or whatever. And my youngest daughter got into comics to the point where she was like she went to the military, was going to be deployed, and she's like, "You got to go get me these comics, because if not, I'm going to miss them, and I'll have to get them back order, later or whatever." Like okay, so we would go and like pick up her list of comics, pack them, send them to her so she could have her comics, because sometimes that's what you got to do, especially as a parent. Like it's what you got to do. That's how it works sometimes. That's just sometimes what it do. Sometimes it's just like that. But she's got the whole Chew catalog too. And what was sad is that he got into a little bit of a. They were going to make a Showtime show out of it, and the writer, he was the artist, the writer had differences of opinion when it came to the Showtime people. So that kind of blew up in their face, and they actually ended up breaking up as a duo. And he had to go and do like he was then doing another comic, and the guy that was writing for Chew was writing another comic, and they kind of split ways. We haven't seen him since, so I don't know what he's doing. Like I don't know what he's doing now. Hopefully, he's still. I know he was working on another weird. I say weird because subject matter, like another weird comic kind of vibe, and but like I said, we haven't seen him in a couple of years to know like where it's at and what's going on with it. But the Chew is fantastic, and there's like 10 volumes for the catalog for it. I think it's 10, either 9 or 10. It's a good bit. When I was younger, I read a graphic novel called Bone. Not ringing a bell with me. Means doesn't mean nothing though. Like I said, there's so many of them out there. Then my son was into the manga scene, like the anime stuff and the manga books, which are weird because they're backwards. Like you got to go, you got to do them backwards. But he was all into like all of the anime stuff and all of the, the Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Oh, the. It's way after your time. Okay, okay, I got you. That's no worries. But he would do all of the like all the manga, uh, like the Pokemon, the Yu-Gi-Ohs, like all of that stuff, like all of that. Like that was his escape instead of comics. Was more of the manga and the anime stuff, you know, which is fine. I mean, there's a whole world. There's a whole world out there. Read them when I was in middle school. Yeah, there's a whole world out there full of like just all the different anime and stuff. You can't get people to agree on anime stuff. Like it's rough. But like the crew that we play games with, like the guys we play games with, like Benny is he's a Crunchyroll vet. Like he loves his Crunchyroll, paid for the subscription to be able to stay on top of the Crunchyroll stuff. And then Goat Dude has almost all of the the Dragon Ball Z and the all the different like all that different style anime stuff. Like he's got them all, even just where he can pull them up and play them on the TV at any given moment or whatever. You know, like it's a big to D. One Piece is the best anime ever. That's the dude with the straw hat, huh? And it like the straw round hat. Isn't that what that is? And the kind of the red overalls. Isn't that who that is? Yeah, I know a little something about a little something every now and again. I mean, I do some anime. I don't do a whole lot of anime. The animes that I like are usually not dubbed, and I hate reading. I'm not. I don't like reading. Not a big reader. I hate math worse than reading, but I'm not a big reader and I'm not a fast reader. So when you get an anime that's subtitled, and animes go fast, animes are usually fast paced. At least at some point in time, anime is going to be fast paced. Math does suck. I agree. Look, I got math right here. Calculator right here. They said, "Oh, you're not going to be able to walk around your whole life with a calculator." Oh yeah, Mrs. Bernstein, is that right? Because I have a calculator right here. I don't need to do your stupid math. But you know what I'm saying, right? Like I just, I'm not a math person, but I don't I read, but I don't read well and I don't read fast. So like the ones that I like are usually not dubbed, and it's rough to try to keep up with. Some of them don't ever get dubbed over though, because it's I don't think they have enough of a market for it. Maybe. I mean, I'm usually off the beaten path on anime stuff too, and a lot of them I watch that are that like I do that are like just the weird ones like on Netflix and stuff. I'll watch, or I've seen some of them, or I'll try to get caught up with them or whatever. I've seen like I've seen the Yu-Gi-Ohs and the 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 Dragon Balls and the Dragon Ball Zs and like I mean we've seen enough of those and like the fights that go on for weeks on end. I used to have a solar flare redeem that I need to put back in once I get my lights hooked back up. Had a solar flare, whoosh, 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 whoosh. Like you know, bad, 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 bad. And then the lights would flash. Dun dun dun. But it's all fun, it's all good. Yeah, when I was working on my cosplay, I would put some anime on in the background that was dubbed, and just kind of need the flashbang redeem. Well, I had the solar flare was my flashbang redeem. Like I said, it would blind me. I had two lights right here in front of me. Matter of fact, I had like the big clip-on lights that are in red, but I had them right here, right up underneath, right hanging from the bottom of the desk, right in my face. Oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was so bad. I mean, it was just right in your face. And they were very bright. But and again, what happens is those lights didn't stay synced very long with the program, with the Lumia stream program. They didn't stay synced. So I've gone through a couple of different sets of light bulbs. I have a bunch of different, color leading light bulbs, but the reason I like them also is because you hook them up to like, either Google TV or Alexa or whatever. You can hook them up. I have her turn on all of my, well, except for my flashbangs, because right now they are not connected to the internet. But she turns them all on and turns them all off for me when I'm done. Like I can just tell her like, Alexa, stream room lights off, and she shuts out all the exterior lights just went off. Like all of the ones that were the red ones and my side blue ones, and then Alexa, stream room lights on. Or I could go, Alexa, Grogu stream lights on. You didn't put them on. Alexa, Grogu string lights on. And then that just turned on my laser and the Grogu lights around the TV. So now I'm getting like a laser in my eyeball, which is not cool. Although the laser is fun, just not in my face. Alexa, Grogu string lights off. We'll turn those off since it's a laser in my eyeball. Sheesh. Sheesh. And how are we doing on? Let's see where we're at on this. 27 minutes. Hot diggity. A new level of lazy. Well, it's energy efficient. It's energy efficient. Actually, if I could get more that would cooperate and play nicely, I would put more on it because being able to tell her to turn it on and off as one set of things is fantastic. Because I mean, I have a light there, I have a light there, I have one up on top, I have one up on top, I have one behind me there, I have one behind me there. You know, to go through and have to turn them all on individually. So being able to put them all together with one new level of lazy, I'll take it. I'll take it every time. But everything, almost everything now is controllable. I put a light in the kitchen. I put like a LED panel in the kitchen, and that LED panel is selectable for, white light or yellow light or whatever the different temperatures of light, along with level. And I can set routines like have it come on in the morning at a certain level and a certain color. So I can have like a relaxing, stress-free level in the morning, and then go to a brighter, whiter level in the afternoon to compete with the rising sun, if you will. I mean, they've come such a long way. They really have. They have come a long way. All right, well, I'm gonna lurk for now, brother. All right, appreciate you. Indeed, indeed. I'm waiting on this print to finish, and then I'm gonna be done because it's already past my bedtime. It's past my bedtime. And I was hoping it would be done a little bit before that, but it only has 24 more minutes. So it's all good. It's all easy peasy. I want this one to finish out. The remote control one, I'm not worried too much about it. It's going to be done in a few minutes too. So it's all good. Thanks for coming in and hanging out, chit chatting, talking about everything from hot sauce to anime. Let's go. Have a good night. You as well, brother. Appreciate you. Tomorrow, raid reset day. We will probably be doing another round of Pantheon in the evening. That's what we'll be doing every Tuesday. Every Tuesday till we get it figured out, or until the new season starts. One of the two. No. It's getting there, Tanya. It's getting there. Oh, it's doing a color change. It's doing a color change. I think they're fixing to do the filament pull over yonder. I'm pretty sure. I think they're fixing to wrap up and call it done over there. Oh, they're trying to get to 69 tickets. Oh, you stay up late? Okay, I got you. Well, I mean, I have to get up with the babies, so that's usually what happens. They get up pretty early, to be honest. I'm always doing stuff at night. Yeah. Well, if I could and could do it and not have to worry about it, I would. But what I do is I get up. I get up. The kids get up around 6. No matter what, the kids get up around 6:30. They come into our room. They hang out with us for a little while, about an hour or so, and then they want to get up, and then they want everybody to be up. So regardless, I'm getting up at 6:30 in the morning, no matter what. I usually stay up till about 11:30, 12, and that's fine. 6 hours is usually enough. And if it gets too bad, or if it gets too muddled, if it gets too muddled or too messy for me during the day, I'll just take a nap. I've learned to I have learned to I have learned to succumb to I need a nap. You know? I've gotten to the point to say there's nothing wrong with a nap every now and again. You know? Like there's nothing wrong with a nap. It looks like my remote control holder is about to be done. Cool. At least in a little bit, it's gonna be. And I'll this one. Well, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna stay live until we finish this one. Until we finish yours. Like I want it to be done before we get out of here. And I'm not gonna take it off of the plate. I'll leave it on the plate until it cools. Because what happens on that plate is once it cools, it just lets go. Literally just lets go. Me too, but nights are my quiet time to do stuff. I got you. I just, like I said, I can't get away from getting up in the morning. Them boys are up crack of dawn. Gonna happen. Ain't messing around, you know. Ain't hooting and hollering. Just is what it is. But it looks like it's coming out. Thickening it up should have helped a lot too. Should have helped tons, tons and tons and tons. So I think gonna be this one's gonna be much better, I believe. I'm gonna peek at the top of it here in a second, though. I'm gonna peek at the top of it in a second, though. See if I can get that bird's eye on it. My 3-year-old grandson makes sure everybody else. Yeah, that's how it is. Like them boys come in there and then it's stack of boys, or whatever. Crumpy, what's happening? Welcome in, welcome in. What is good with you? What are you up to? Happy Monday. Is Monday. I hope you had a good weekend. Looks good. Oh, I think it's gonna be great. I really do. I think adding a little thickness to it is gonna just it's just gonna it's going to be perfect. Going to be perfect. And what I'll have to do is I'll print you another stand, another white stand to go with it because the white will blend right in the background or whatever. It'll be fine. And then you just send me an address, DM me an address, and I'll send it to you